Hey, what is up all you crazy internet people, and welcome to my first video. My name is Drake, and I'm very excited about this video, the channel, and where I want to go with the channel. So I was wondering, how should I start off a channel that, I just expect to do so much with? And it came to me that I should just introduce myself, because I want you guys to get to know me, and I want to get to know you guys as well. So why don't we just dive in and get to know each other? First things first, we're going to start with just some questions, some basic questions from the Get to Know Me tag, as well as questions I threw in that I thought were interesting and questions that I get asked all the time. So we're going to start off with, the basics, just the basic questions. Starting off with name, my name is Drake. Wow, surprise. But anyway, star sign, I'm a Pisces by like 1 or 2 days. It's kind of crazy, but by the description that defines Pisces, I am pretty much a Pisces. I fit the bill pretty well. And whether or not you believe in horoscopes and star signs, I think it's an interesting way of perhaps reflecting on yourself, because you might look at something and say, well, that's me. But you might look at the same thing or, a different thing and say, well, that's not me. And for Pisces, I feel like I fit pretty well with that, but that I feel kind of comes off with how I define myself. So I'd be curious to see if people think that I'm a Pisces. Moving on to personality type, on the Myers-Briggs table or types, I am INFJ, which is referred to as the visionary, which I think is really cool, and I really want to live up to that name. But basically it means that I am a really creative and introverted person, so it's kind of weird to see someone like me talking into a camera at the entire internet. But hey, I'm here, I'm doing this, so deal with it. Moving on to occupation, I am a full-time student in university, and I also work part-time as a systems administrator at the same university, which is really cool because I'm getting the experience of the job and in my field at a pretty comfortable environment. I feel pretty comfortable, especially since I take many of my classes in the same labs that I have to administrate. Let's move on to tattoos and piercings, which I have no tattoos. I might get 1 or 2 down the road, but not in the immediate future. And piercings, I have only 1. I just got it done 3 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago from the date of shooting this video. So yeah, I've got my tongue pierced. I think it's pretty cool. I think it looks nice on me as well, and I'm pretty happy about it. It actually was not a painful process at all. It was really easy, like ridiculously easy, and I'm very happy about it. Left or right-handed? I am right-handed, but I'm trying to train myself to be ambidextrous because I think that'd be a really cool skill to have, and not only is it fun to show off, but it's also potentially useful if something ever happens. So that's something that I really want to look into. And finally for this section, Mac or PC, I am a little bit of everything. I've used most every popular platform that is out there. I don't really see much. I mean, I see the obvious reasons why somebody would prefer a Mac over a PC and vice versa, but for what I do on a typical day, either one works for me. And really, I don't have much of an issue switching back and forth, so I just kind of use whatever's in front of me or whatever I happen to need at the moment. So if I need a certain software that's only on the Mac, I'll use the Mac, or if I need something that's on the PC only, I'll use the PC, but I'm not particularly choosy about either one. Moving on to the favorite section, let's start off with color, since that's like the first question anybody really asked about favorites. My favorite color is actually 3 favorite colors. The first one being red. I typically prefer darker varieties of red like crimson and maroons, but I also like the brighter reds in some cases. My next favorite color is violet, because I think it's kind of an interesting color, because not everybody necessarily thinks of violet as a favorite color, I think. But I think it's neat. I really like blue violets, as well as, well, blue violets in brighter colors and red violets in darker colors. But violet is second favorite color, and my third favorite color is black, because it's it's an interesting thing because a lot of people say that, oh, black isn't a color, it's the absence of color. But depending on how you look at it, it's either all of the colors or none of the colors. And I feel like I look good in black. I'm not wearing black right now, but I feel like I look decently good in black. So that's another thing that's going for black. But also, I really like how black can bring out certain colors, like especially really vibrant colors. Black creates that awesome contrast that just makes things pop. Favorite animal. My favorite animal, hands down, is a fox. I can't fully explain it, but I really like foxes, and I think they're really neat animals and also really cute. And I really want to go to the attraction in Japan that's literally just a whole bunch of foxes. Because I would love to get in and interact with, play with the foxes, and just have a great time with my favorite animal. My favorite food, I really can't say I've got a favorite food. I just really like food. I love food, in fact. And I don't experience a certain food that I go, that's my favorite. I just really like a lot of foods. I've had things from, your typical American burger to really neat Ethiopian dishes that are kind of community and social gathering dishes. And I think that's really neat. And just the concept of food as more than just sustenance is really neat to me. My favorite board game right now is One Night Ultimate Werewolf, which, if I remember right, was a Kickstarter, and it's a really neat game. Basically, the concept is it's a party game, so some of the people in the game are going to be villagers, some of the people are going to be werewolves. The ultimate goal is for either the villagers to kill off the werewolves, or the werewolves to kill off the villagers, and whoever does that wins. On a similar note, my favorite video game is Minecraft because it's really an open game to me. Like, I feel like the developers thought that we'll make, a pretty basic concept and we'll leave it open so people can do as they please with it. And I really like how they did, or perhaps unintentionally did that, because it just leaves the game so open to interpretation as to what it means, what the story is, what you can do with it. And I feel like it brings out the creative side in a lot of people. So I think that's really cool. My favorite TV show, I really don't have a single favorite per se. I really enjoy Gordon Ramsay shows, because I really like Gordon Ramsay's passion for food as well as his personality, both in and out of rage mode. And I really I binge watch Gordon Ramsay shows, so there's that. My favorite movie is the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and if you have not seen that, please do it for the sake of enriching your life. I just find it to be a very intriguing and fun and just amazing film, and its history and what it has done for just society, as well as for just kind of a little bit of everything. I mean, there are aliens, there's challenges of gender and sexuality, as well as just some really neat moments and fun moments, and now a cult following, which is really cool. I mean, how many movies have a cult following? But I really like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's my favorite movie, and I really like it. My favorite musical artist or group right now would be Pentatonics. I really like their sound. I really like what they're doing with their music, as well as the individual members. I feel like they're also cool in their own ways, and I just appreciate them in general. Besides Pentatonics, I'd say the Jelly Rocks, which is a really, really small kind of obscure group. Them, as well as the Diablo Swing Orchestra, which is really neat if you're someone who's into orchestral as well as rock, or perhaps even opera. I just really like some music that perhaps challenges the idea of what is good music and what does music mean. To wrap up favorites, my favorite YouTuber is Markiplier. And I say that not because, he's, just a really big YouTuber, but I really like his personality, his stance on certain things, as well as what he does with his channel. I mean, his primary goal is to make gaming videos, but he also does vlogs. He's going into kind of like short comedy things, and he's even experimented with music a little bit, which I think is cool. So now that the favorites questions are out of the way and in the past, let's delve into the future with future questions. First question I have for future questions is, do I want kids? And the answer to that is maybe. There was a time in my life where I really, really wanted kids. I really wanted the family, a really close-knit family, and that concept of togetherness that comes with a really close family. But then, as I've been, delving into my studies and my line of work, really, ultimately, I've gotten to a period, or I had gotten to a period, rather, where I really didn't want kids because it's uncertain that I may be able to actually provide for them in the way that I want to, because I really want to be there for my kids and be that dad that is just there regardless. So with saying that, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to have to cross that bridge when I get there, when having kids is perhaps more relevant than now. Future home, I'm kind of torn between 3 places right now. First one being Canada, because I really enjoy Canada. I've visited a few times. I would love to visit again. And I just had a great experience in all of my trips to Canada. So I think it'd be a really cool place to settle down. But with that, also perhaps a techie part of California or Washington, because those are kind of big centers for technology right now. And I think it'd be neat to live in the culture that I will be immersing myself in my line of work, and be able to have that drive to just keep going and keep pushing myself to make something awesome that people will really appreciate and will really help people. The last one, which is kind of boring compared to the others, but in a good way, the deeper parts of the South, places where there's a lot of land and where somebody can have a home on a nice plot of land and there's not much else around. I really like that idea of having just a nice, quiet, relaxing place to settle down every night, and I think the country would be a great place for that, especially going from, perhaps a busy, stressful day. I'd be able to go home, go to my own home, and be able to just relax, have that classic image of somebody on their porch, rocking in a rocking chair, drinking their sweet tea, and just enjoying life. To future career, I'm currently studying to be a web developer. I'm not sure yet if I want to go into front end or back end. I want to be a web developer, and hopefully I can be a web developer because I really love where the internet is going, where the web is going, where the technologies for the web are going, and I want to be a part of what makes the web such a great place. I'm also studying multimedia things as well as other programming, so I'm able to kind of do almost anything in technology if I really apply myself. And that brings me to the final question, which would be future pets. I see myself getting a cat to start because I really appreciate cats. I really feel like I can connect with cats, so probably would start with a cat, but down the road would probably get like a dog or maybe another cat, and that's pretty much it. I don't want too many pets. Maybe a fox. But with that said, I hope that you guys have gotten a good chance to get to know me, and I would encourage you to comment with things that you might want to know about me in addition to what I told you, and let me know something about you so I can get to know you. So thanks for watching, and I hope you will watch the next video.